Hi guys! Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Teach Mark Q, your science buddy na magpapaliwanag sa inyo ng mga lessons nyo sa science. For this video, what you're going to learn is about ingestion, absorption, assimilation, and excretion. Specifically, describe the functions of each organ of the digestive system and trace the pathway of food through the digestive tract. Discuss how digestive organs work together to carry out digestion of food and assimilation of nutrients, and illustrate how ingestion, absorption, assimilation, and excretion take place in the interaction of digestive system with the circulatory, respiratory, and excretory system. But before anything else, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the notification button para maging updated kayo sa mga bagong science video discussions na i-upload ko. So what are we waiting for? Let us now explore the world of science. This time I have a challenge for you. I will call it Genius Challenge. I will be flashing the picture of a human body system. All you have to do is to identify the parts pointed by the arrow. So there are around 14 parts that you need to identify. So habang pina-flash ko siya, pag-isipan nyo na yung sagot nyo. This is part number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9, number 10, number 11, number 12, number 13, and number 14. I'll give you 20 seconds to think about your answer. Alright, let us see if your answers are correct. Number 1, that is what we call mouth cavity or oral cavity. Number 2, that is epiglottis. Number 3, that is esophagus. Number 4, gallbladder. Number 5, large intestine. Number 6, appendix. Number 7, tongue. Number 8, liver. Number 9, stomach. Number 10, spleen. Number 11, pancreas. Number 12, small intestine. Number 13, rectum. And number 14, anus. If all your answers are correct, congratulations! Ang tawag doon sa body system na in-identify yung parts kanina is what we call the human digestive system. And this is how the human digestive system looks like. So mapapansin nyo in the picture, meron siyang iba't ibang mga parts or tinatawag din natin itong mga organs ng digestive system. So what is digestive system? Digestive system is the system of organs responsible for getting food into and out of the body and for making use of food to keep the body healthy. In short, ito yung system sa human body na responsible para i-break down yung mga food na pinapasok sa katawan into smaller particles at kunin yung mga nutrients na yon para i-nourish yung human body. Now, we will explore the different functions of each organ, itong mga organ na yan, as well as we will also trace the pathway of food. Where will it start and where will it end? Allow me to show you the digestive system of the different organisms. So we have here the shark, salamander, lizard, pigeon, and cow. Now, what do you notice about the digestive system of the different organisms? If your answer is lahat sila ay merong pare-parehas na organs or parts ng digestive system tulad ng esophagus, stomach, intestine, liver, gallbladder, pancreas, etc. Na parehas din sa human digestive system. Etong mga to ay tinatawag tong mga vertebrates kasama na ang tao. Sila yung mga organisms or animals na mayroong backbone or spinal column. Sila din yung mga organism or animals na mayroong complex na digestive system. Ibig sabihin, well-developed digestive system na kung saan meron silang mouth or bibig and gut or stomach or belly, na siyang nagsisilbing important parts ng digestion process ng mga organisms na to. Sa human digestion, meron dalawang distinct processes na involved. Ito yung tinatawag na physical digestion and chemical digestion. So what is the difference between the two? Physical digestion, ito yung mechanical breakdown of food into smaller particles. Ibig sabihin, non-chemical means ang nangyayari. Hindi kailangan ng mga substances para ma-break down yung food into smaller particles. Usually, nag-i-start ang physical digestion sa mouth. At there are other parts ng digestive system na nag-o-occur din ang physical digestion. Ang chemical digestion naman is the breakdown of the complex molecules such as protein, starch, and fats contained in the food into simple or soluble molecules. Dito sa chemical digestion, kailangan ng mga substances or chemicals para mas ma-break down yung food into smaller and soluble molecules. Dito na kinukuha yung mga nutrients na present doon sa food. Nangyayari ang chemical digestion sa mouth, sa stomach at sa intestines. Itong mga organs na to, naglalabas to ng mga substances or mga juices na nakakatulong para mas madaling ma-break down yung complex molecules dun sa food na yon into soluble molecules para mas madaling ma-absorb yung mga nutrients na siya naman magbibigay nourishment sa human body. Let us now get to know more about the human digestive system, particularly its organs. So, in order to survive ang isang organism, kailangan niya mag-feed by ingesting ng mga solid or liquid food matter na pwedeng makuha sa ibang organisms tulad ng plants or animals. Yung pag-intake ng food, yun ay dumadaan sa mga processes na kung saan kino-convert yung food substance into living matter na tinatawag na nutrition. Yung mode of feeding ng animals tsaka ng humans ay tinatawag na holozoic nutrition. At ang human nutrition ay dumadaan yan sa iba't ibang processes. Dalawa dun sa processes na yun ay tinatawag natin na feeding or ingestion and digestion. Pag sinabi natin feeding or ingestion, ito yung intake of food into the body. At usually dito nagsisimula yan sa mouth. Digestion is the physical or mechanical and chemical breakdown of food into smaller components para mas madali siyang ma-absorb ng katawan through the help of the blood. At ang journey ng food ay nagsisimula sa may mouth. As I said a while ago, yung intake ng food ay nagsisimula sa may mouth na kung saan didiretso yan dito sa may mouth cavity. Ang mouth cavity ay binubuo yan ng upper jaw na kung saan fixed or hindi gumagalaw, lower jaw, ito naman yung movable na jaw. Dito sa mga jaws na to, dito makikita yung ngipin. Yung ngipin or yung teeth, ito yung pinaka-importanting accessory ng mouth sapagkat ito yung tumutulong para mag-grind or madurog, masticate or manguya, cutting or maputol, biting or makagat, gnawing or ngat-ngatin yung food na ipinasok sa bibig. Dahil sa iba't ibang functions ng ngipin, mas nagiging madali ang pag-breakdown ng large food into smaller pieces. Another important part of the mouth is the tongue. Ang tongue, meron itong mga specialized cells or tinatawag na taste buds na siya naman nakakatulong para makapili tayo ng pagkain na gusto natin. Minsan mapapansin nyo kapag nakikita kayo or may naamoy kayong pagkain, naglalaway kayo o merong water na lumalabas sa bibig nyo. It's normal. Kasi yung 3 pairs ng salivary glands na nag-open yun into the mouth cavity via ducts na siyang nagre-release ngayon ng secretion na tinatawag natin na saliva. Ang saliva meron tong mucin na siyang nakakatulong para ma-soften o mapalambot yung food habang ningunguya siya at nakakatulong din yun para ma-breakdown yung food into smaller pieces. After ma-moisten or mabasa yung pagkain, yung saliva, meron siyang chemical substance na tinatawag na thiolin or salivary amylase. Ito ay isang enzyme na kung saan chemically dinadigest niya yung cooked starch into the disaccharide maltose. Ibig sabihin yun, halimbawa meron kang piece of bread, nilagay mo sa bibig mo, after few minutes na tunaw yung bread and then nakaramdam ka ng tamis na lasa. Ibig sabihin lang yun, yung thiolene, nag-come in contact siya with starch at nagsimula na siyang mag-digest yung starch or ma-breakdown yun into maltose. Yung maltose, ito yung sugar na nakuha dun sa starch noong na-breakdown na siya. Basically, yung function nitong is i-roll yung food into small, slippery masses na ang tawag doon ay bolli kapag plural and bolus naman kapag singular. After na ma-chew or manguya yung pagkain, ang next na gagawin sa kanya is isaswallow na siya or lulunukin na siya and then papasok ngayon yan sa next part ng digestive system which is the esophagus via pharynx. Another important part of the mouth is the pharynx. Si pharynx, ito yung common passage ni food and air. Si pharynx ay bahagi siya ng gut or ng gastrointestinal tract na isang long tube na nagsisimula from the mouth hanggang dun sa end ng anus. Si pharynx, ang pinaka main function niyan is i-propel or itulak niya yung pagkain papunta sa stomach through the help of esophagus. Minsan, kapag kumain kayo, mapapansin nyo yung mga food particles or yung water ay dumadaan dito sa may trachea imbis na sa may esophagus. So, ang reaction ng body is automatically nagpuproduce ng matinding pag-ubo. Na ibig sabihin lang yun, tinutulak niya palabas yung food particles na yun or yung water na yun para maiwasan yung pagka-choke mo or yung mabilaukan ka. So, para maiwasan yun, ito, merong isang plot-like cartilage na tinatawag na epiglottis. Siya yung nagko-cover ng larynx para walang food particles ang pumasok sa trachea habang nangyayari yung swallowing process o yung paglunok na proseso. The next journey of the food is in the esophagus or tinatawag din tong gullet. Ang esophagus ay isang narrow o muscular tube na galing sa salitang Greek word ng ibig sabihin ay to carry what is eaten. That is actually the main function of the esophagus. To carry the food you have swallowed to the next organ which is the stomach. Ang esophagus ay binubuo yan ng mga layers of muscles. Yung outer layer niya, ang tawag doon ay longitudinal muscles at yung inner layer naman ay circular muscles. Itong mga layers of muscles na to, ito yung nagkukos ng rhythmic and wave-like contractions of the walls ng gut or ng esophagus na tinatawag natin na peristalsis or yung contraction of the walls of the gut. Itong bolus na to, itong food na to, pag dumaan dito sa esophagus, na-squeeze yan or napupush forward yan. Dahil doon sa tinatawag natin na peristalsis. Yung bawat bolus na nagpa-pass down dito kay esophagus, papunta kay stomach, partly ang dahilan yan ay si gravity. And partly ang dahilan din nito is yung peristaltic movement ni esophageal walls. It takes about 7 seconds ang journey nitong bolus na to bago siya pumunta dito kay stomach. The next journey of the food is in the stomach. As you can see in the picture, si stomach ay isang J-shaped organ at makikita yan dito sa ilalim ni diaphragm. Si stomach meron yung thick muscles dun sa kanyang walls. Yung muscles na yon, nagko-contract yon para i-mash o mas madurog niya yung food into sloppy soup. Tulad na nakikita nyo dito sa may video. Also, si stomach, dun sa lining niya, meron doon maraming pits lined na kung saan makikita doon yung gastric glands na siya naman nagre-release ng strong gastric juices. Si gastric juice, ito ay isang active enzymes na sinisikret ni gastric glands na siya naman nakakatulong para mas ma-breakdown yung food into smaller particles chemically. So, yung food na pumapasok dito kay stomach, ini-stimulate niya si gastric glands para mag-secrete ng gastric juice. So, habang yung food nandito sa stomach, nag-undergo to ng physical tsaka chemical digestions. Nangyayari din dito yung tinatawag na peristalsis na kung saan itong wall ni stomach, nag-churn yan or parang sinishake niya yung food at inahalo ngayon yung gastric juice. Yung nangyayaring action na to, ito actually yung pag-atake dun sa food in a chemical way na kung saan nakakatulong para mas ma-break down yung food at ma-dissolve yung mga nutrients na present doon sa food. Tulad ng nakikita nyo dito sa may video. Yung food sa stomach, nananatili yan for about 2 to 6 hours, pero it can stay longer up to 24 hours depende dun sa uri ng pagkain na kinain mo. Ngayon, yung partly digested food, nagiging liquefied yan or liquid na tinatawag na chyme. Ito yung semi-fluid mast na kung saan yan ay in small amount unti-unting pumapasok or dumadaan dun kay duodenum. Ito yung first part ni small intestine. Si stomach tsaka sa small intestine connected yan ng isang muscular bulb na tinatawag na pyloric sphincter. Alright, before we proceed with the small intestine, allow me to show you the different accessory organs and glands in the digestive system. And these are the liver, pancreas, and gallbladder. Si liver, ito yung largest gland in our body. Kung mapapansin nyo, isa siyang dark red. At meron tong 5 na lobes. 3 doon sa right and then 2 sa left. Ang pinaka main function ni liver is to aid digestion para makapag-produce ng isang alkaline o ito yung greenish yellow liquid na merong tinatawag na bile salts at bile pigments. Ang tawag dito is yung bile. Yung bile, temporarily, naka-store siya dito kay greenish yellow bag, naka-attach dito kay liver, na ang tawag doon ay si gallbladder. Si food, habang magmumove siya into small intestine, itong si gallbladder, nagre-release to ng bile through a duct. Okay? Bile duct ang tawag doon into the small intestine. Tulad na nakikita nyo dito sa may video. Dahil si bile ay hindi siya isang enzyme, hindi niya chemically dinadigest yung food. Ang nagagawa niya lang tulong is binibreak up niya yung large fat particles into smaller ones through the process of emulsification. Ngayon, itong smaller fat particles na yan, pwede na ngayon siyang ma-digest easily by enzymes na present naman doon sa small intestine. Ang iba pang function ng liver is una, sinisynthesize niya yung proteins. Pangalawa, nag-i-store siya ng iron. Pangatlo, nagde-detoxify din siya ng katawan natin. At pang-apat, nakakapag-produce din siya ng heat. The next accessory organ of the digestive system is the pancreas. Si pancreas isa siyang soft triangular gland na makikita siya between dito kay small intestine at kay stomach. Si pancreas, nagpo-produce siya ng pancreatic juice na ito yung mixture ng digestive enzymes. Ito mga enzymes na to, nagmo-move ito into small intestine kasabay ni bile. At yan ay nakakatulong para mas ma-break down yung proteins and starches and fats na nakuha dun sa pagkain. Si pancreas, nagsisikret din siya ng tinatawag natin na hormone insulin. Itong insulin na to, ang important role nito sa katawan natin is to control yung blood sugar and at the same time, ma-utilize or magamit yung mga carbohydrates na nakuha natin dun sa pagkain. Ang next journey ng food is in the small intestine. After 3 to 5 hours, most of the food na nasa intestine ay digested na dapat. Tulad ng proteins, dapat na breakdown na into individual amino acids. Yung carbohydrates naman, tulad ng starches and sugars, dapat na breakdown na into simple sugars. Yung fats naman, dapat na breakdown na into fatty acids and glycerol. Pero itong mga nutrients na to, bago ito magamit ng katawan natin as energy, kailangan mo nang ma-absorb or ma-take in siya ni bloodstream through the walls ng small intestine. Doon sa walls ng small intestine, meron kayong makikita doon ng millions of tiny finger-like structures. Ito, villi ang tawag dito. Pag plural, villi or villi. Pag singular naman, villus. Projecting into intestinal cavity. Ito yung villi. In between dito sa bases ng villi, meron itong mga minute openings of the intestinal glands na nagsisecrete ng intestinal juice. yung mga digestive food na na-absorb na ni Bilay doon sa small intestine, particularly dito sa dalawang parts niya, itong jejunum and ileum, through the network of blood vessels na kung saan dadalhin na yon or i-distribute na yon sa all parts of the body. By that time na yung food ay wala na dito sa small intestine, basically free na yon sa nutrients. Lahat na ng nutrients ay na-absorb na. Yung mga natitira na lang dito, ito yung mga undigested substances tulad ng water and cellulose na kung saan yun ay mga parts ng fruits and vegetables na kinain natin. Yung mga undigested food na umalis dun sa small intestine, dadaan ngayon yan dito kay large intestine. Si large intestine, kung titingnan nyo, mas shorter siya pero broader kumpara kay small intestine. Tulad na nakikita nyo dito sa may picture. Si small intestine, nag-open siya into large intestine in the right side of the abdominal cavity. Ito, tingnan nyo dito sa may part na to. Ayan. At the junction between the small intestine tsaka itong ascending colon, ito yon. This is what we call the ascending colon or part of the large intestine. Meron dyan small sac na tinatawag na caecum. At meron din dyan yung blindly ending na tinatawag na appendix. Okay? Tulad na nakikita nyo dyan sa may picture. So ito yon. Cecum or caecum, then this one is the appendix. Ang main function ni large intestine ay mag-absorb ng water tsaka mga mineral salts doon sa mga undigested food material. So, kung mapapansin nyo rin, yung haba niya is about 1.5 meters long. Aside from that, other parts na may kinailangan sa large intestine ay ito kanina, si caecum and appendix. Makita din si ascending itong pataas na colon. And then, nandito din si transverse colon. Okay, itong horizontal na to. And then, nandito rin si descending, yung pababang colon. At makikita rin dito si rectum, itong part na to. So, after 18 to 24 hours in the large intestine, yung mga water na nandoon sa undigested food ay maa-absorb na yon. Dito sa large intestine, meron dito mga tinatawag na helpful bacterial residents na kung saan sila ay merong mga vitamins tulad ng vitamin K at meron dalawang B vitamins na nakakatulong sa ating katawan. Mapapansin nyo rin dito si appendix. Si appendix, wala naman siyang gamit sa digestive system. Based sa mga theories ng mga scientists, dati daw yung mga tao kasi mahilig kumain ng mga plants na mahirap ma-digest. And si appendix ang nakakatulong doon. But as time passes by, nabago yung gamit ni appendix kasi naiiba na rin yung kinakain ng mga tao. Pero si appendix ay isa sa pinakadelikadong part ng digestive system, lalo na kapag ito ay pumutok. Ayun yung tinatawag natin na appendicitis, na kung saan yung pagputok ng appendix ay kasama yun yung paglabas ng mga bakterya na pwedeng makalason sa katawan ng isang tao. Pag napabayaan, pwedeng magdulot ng kamatayan ng isang tao. After the large intestine, the next part is what we call rectum. Si rectum ay isang straight 8-inch chamber na kinoconnect niya itong si descending colon dito kay anus. Ang pinaka-function nito is mag-receive ng stool or yung dumi from the colon. And then after that is si anus. Si anus, ito naman yung last part ng digestive tract at dito actually lumalabas yung tinatawag natin na stool. Yung mga materials na hindi na-absorb ni large intestine, nagpo-form na solid waste na tinatawag na feces. Yung laman ng feces, ito yung mga dead bacteria, some fat and proteins, mga undigested baggage, dried out digestive juice, mucus, and discarded intestinal cells. So dito sila dumadaan kay rectum. Ang tawag natin doon sa process na kung saan nire-remove yung mga undigested material from the body is egestion or defecation or tinatawag siyang bowel movement. And this is now the last journey of the food in our body. This time I will show you the summary of the functions of each organ of the digestive system. So we have the mouth, these are the functions. Pharynx, this is the function. Esophagus, this is the function. Stomach, these are the functions. Small intestine, these are the functions. Accessory organs, liver, this is the function. Gallbladder, this is the function. Pancreas, this is the function. Enlarged intestine, these are the functions. Please do remember the functions of each organ of the digestive system. This time, I have a challenge for you. I will call it Arrange Me. I'm going to flash on the screen the different processes of digestion. All you have to do is identify which one comes first, second, third, and fourth. Habang pina-flash ko, pag-isipan nyo na yung sagot. I'll give you 10 seconds to think about your answer. Yung Arrange Me activity kanina, it actually shows how digestive system works. Let us check if your answers are correct. Yung number 1 doon is yung digestion begins in the mouth with chewing and ends in the small intestine. Tulad ng nakikita nyo dyan sa may video. Yung number 2, as the food passes through the GI tract or gastrointestinal tract, it mixes with digestive juices, causing large molecules of food to break down into smaller molecules. Tulad na nakikita nyo sa my video. Number 3, the body then absorbs these small molecules to the walls of the small intestine into the bloodstream, which delivers them to the rest of the body. Tulad ng nakikita nyo dito sa my video. Number 4, waste products of digestion pass through the large intestine and out of the body as a solid matter called stool, as what you can see in the video. So that's how digestive system works. After knowing the different functions of each organ of digestive system, you might be asking, what happens to the nutrients absorbed by the cells and how do they help in the overall function of the digestive system? Simple lang ang sagot. Sila ay nagpo-provide ng fuel for energy sa ating katawan. Yung ibang nutrients naman ay ginagamit as raw material for biosynthesis of other organic materials ng ating katawan. Ang tawag natin sa process na yon na kung saan yung nagta-transport and ginagamit yung absorbed nutrients is what we call assimilation. Tulad ng mga sugar na nakuha natin sa pagkain, kino-convert yan into glycogen at ini-store yan sa my liver. Yung glucose that we get from the sugar, siya yung ginagamit ng mga cells for energy reproduction. Yung amino acids naman that we get from the food we eat, kino-convert yan to a new protoplasm na ginagamit naman for growth and repair of worn out parts or tissues ng ating katawan. Ang amino acids, sila din ay ginagamit for formation of enzymes and hormones. And yung mga fats naman that we get from the food we eat, ang naitutulong nila is to build protoplasm doon sa mga cell membranes ng ating cells. And then yung excess fats naman, sila ay na-store doon sa special tissues ng ating katawan na tinatawag na adipose tissues. Itong fats na to ay nagagamit kapag ikaw ay nagpa-fasting or di kumakain ng mahabang oras. Ang ginagawa sa fats, ino-oxidize yan para makapag-provide ng energy para sa mga vital activities ng ating katawan. This time, I have one last challenge for you. I will call it, What Body System Am I? I'll be flashing the pictures of the body systems. All you have to do is to identify what body system is that. Habang pina-flash ko, pag-isipan nyo na yung sagot. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. I'll give you 10 seconds to think about your answer. Let us check if your answers are correct. Number 1, that is what we call respiratory system. Number 2, that is circulatory system. Number 3, digestive system. Number 4, excretory system. If all your answers are correct, congratulations. In the previous activity you did, pwede natin ipakita doon yung interaction of the different body systems. Let's say for instance, ang digestive system, ang pinaka-role niya is to process the food that we eat and get the nutrients na siya namang ipapasa kay circulatory system sa pamamagitan ng blood. Lahat ng nutrients na nakuha ng digestive system, i-distribute ngayon ni circulatory system through its blood sa iba't ibang bahagi ng katawan para magkaroon ng nourishment yung body. And si respiratory system, ang pinaka-function niya is i-process si oxygen at tanggalin si carbon dioxide sa ating katawan. Ang mga cells kailangan ng oxygen para mag-release ng energy na naka-store dun sa food molecules tulad ng glucose. Yung process na yon ay kinakailangan para magkaroon ng tinatawag natin na cellular respiration. And yung excretory system, ang pinaka-role niya is tanggalin yung mga waste products ng ating katawan tulad ni digestive system na naglalabas ng waste material na tinatawag na feces, na ang gagawin ni excretory system is i-remove yun palabas ng ating katawan para magkaroon ngayon ng balance ang ating body systems. So basically, this is how these body systems interact with each other. Finally, this ends our video discussion. I hope that you're able to learn everything about human digestive system. I hope that you will still join me in my next science video discussion. Thank you for listening.